Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. When last we left off, we rescued Sir Emmerich and did the vault, which you already know what happened from there, so let's get going. I couldn't stand there in silence, but when all the others had forsaken us, Lord Haurchefant took us in, a beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits, that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we all might face them as knights. The sins of antiquity. Alphino is lost in thought. Aye, we must press on with our mission, Tartaru. Pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go and speak with Sir Emmerich Marks. I worry for his well-being. Curse those bloody horse sons and piss on their swimming round table. Sir Emmerich.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The Founding. The Scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hraesvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thordan's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we, then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment. Nay, say I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I've given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horsefon was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
Don't mind the hammering. I got construction going on in the house. Alright, I'm back. I had to pause the recording due to the construction noises going on right below my floor. Okay, Master Kilray, Master Alphina, I, Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for his lies he's perpetrated. No more. I shall pursue him to the end of the world if I must. Life for death. Life for death. I will have Sir Zephyrim's heart for what he did to Horsefront. Yes. Yes, of course. You two are close, I know. Much has changed since our order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Marks and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has ever been an Archbishop to serve as the guiding light for the masses. A force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of the Devonian hostilities. Far from it. We will have a great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. My dying breath I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Marks, Master Alphino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Marks. I believe we have much to discuss. Where could they be headed? And what does Aziz La have to do with it? In search of the Soleil. Lucia appears to have something to say. The Soleil was eastbound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the off chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Laniette informed me that it had been sighted by her scouts. And the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds? Or was, not long ago. The airship has not been seen since it disappeared in the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu Vanu, and not easily accessible from Cloudtop, House Aelinart has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the Beastman's wrath. I think we both know the perfect candidate, Marks. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland at the Skysteel Manufactory. I see. Then I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Okay, off we go. Ah, the dastardly duo! What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to begin. He was a good man. Sid, have you ever heard of XIV? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. From what he told Marx, the Ascians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius with the Ultima weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I can see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. It's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckoned I was due to deliver you into it. Into the blue. Alphina must settle one last thing before he departs. Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Tartaru of our plans. Pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. I heard about your man, Horshaphon. I'm sorry for your loss, Marx. Good to see you again, Marx. It'll be a pleasure to have you aboard the Enterprise again. The boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight. I'm pleased to say we're ready to depart. That is, as soon as a certain... Pray forgive my lateness. Tartaru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing scions, but she reassures me that Urianger and Riol are pursuing promising leads. Come, we can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. Oh, to be cursed with a voice like mine. I cannot voice deep characters. Or deep voice characters. It's just not possible for me. The others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Marx. Shall we get going? Of course. Back to the Sea of Clouds.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
Back to that good old Ape Escape music. From here, Camp Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard, Marx. The Vanu could be anywhere. You've been watching us as we speak. Familiar faces. Worn out places. Alvaro has a mind to start searching the blue window. Assuming the soul is here, I doubt she will come to us. We should begin searching the isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for Vanu scouts as well. I would rather avoid needless bloodshed. Looking out. You search the skies for Solil, but see nothing resembling the missing airship. Now do it further to the north. We're literally just up that hill. Okay, in we go. Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Begs mercy of Netherlings, does not fight, does not wish to die. Was that a Vanu being attacked? But by whom? Over there. Imperial troops. Hishgardins! Seize them! They will know where the Archbishop is. The enemy of my enemy. We've no choice, Marx. We've no choice. With me, Marx. Protect the Vanu. It's time for violence! Lord von Hydrus wants them alive! That's an order! Lord von Hydrus? Regular von Hydrus? Face my wrath!
Taliag, protect me!
You guys might be here against your will, but I do not care. It's a gunship. What are you doing? You're a disgrace to the Sixth. Subdue the savages. I'm probably slurring. There's no end to them. My headset off. I only have I had to take half my headset off so I could actually hear myself. Whoa. Oh, where are you coming from? Going to use Left Divide on you, but you just didn't want to get near. Like that. Like that, and this, and that. Just die already, you stupid airship. Guys. That's what you get. Netherlings save Lonu Vonu from certain death. Showers Netherlings with thanks like summer squall. Lonovano knows not what winds bear Netherlings to Cloud Sea, but warmly welcomes them, shows gratitude where gratitude is due. Devourer of Worlds. Lonovanu would like very much for you to enjoy the hospitality of his village. Lonovanu owes much and more to Netherlings. As saviors, as heroes, Zundu welcomes you. To village we go, to north, come, come! So the Garleans were searching for the Archbishop and believed that Ivanu Vanu knew something of his whereabouts. Methods notwithstanding, they may have had the right of it. I conclude that we should accept Lorno Vanu's offer of hospitality and visit his village.
Like breeze guides leaves to rest, come and lay down your burdens, Netherlings. Lorno Vanu throws wide arms in greeting. Behold, OK Zundu.
Or is it Ukzundu? I've always pronounced it OK Zundu. A far warmer welcome than the one received from you received from the Vundu, I think.
Ha! Vundu bluster and blow hither and yon, sound in fury like aimless gale. Eh, what unseen lightning begets such thunderous report?
There you are. Did you see it? It's that damned flying whale again. The Imperials are after it. Where?
The White.
Thar She blows yet again. Bye-bye. He's wounded.
Oh!
By the 12, did the beast just eat that island?
Oh, insatiable White! Oh, devourer of worlds! Why must you torment us so? Bah! Lorno Vanu wastes no more words on his unfathomable deeds. Come, Netherlings, come and break word with Chief of Zundu.
I know primals basically have to eat crystals in order to survive, but that's a little on the nose.
With wisdom deep as nethers and eyes clear as cloudless blue, Sonu Vanu speaks for Zundu. Hearken to his words. Netherlings deliver Lorno Vanu from claws of steel-shod fiends and prove nobility. He knows not to ignore Zephyr winds, and brings before you with all haste soft rains to soothe the heart, and sunshine to warm. Gratitude of Sonu, Chief of Zundu, is boundless.
We are honored to meet you, Chief Sonu. I am Alphino Levier, and these are my companions, Marx Kilray and Sid Garland. We are come in search of an airship, a flying vessel of the Nethers, which we believe is somewhere in the Cloud Sea.
Ah, like the black steel-shod contraption from which you say Lorno Vanu.
Alas, no. That ship belongs to the Garlean Empire, an old enemy of ours, though not the enemy we're all looking for at present. The men we seek wear armor of purest white and are led by an older man in white robes.
Wait! Lorno Vanu hear tell of these Netherlings.
You do? Are you certain?
As sun rises and falls and returns, we are. Zundu scouts can testify to words of Lorno Vanu. Aye! Winds carry purpose of Netherlings to our ears as well. Netherlings seek key to Azaz's law.
Now we're getting somewhere. Tell us, Chief Sonu, what exactly is this Azaz's law?
Beware, Netherlings, for blackest clouds portend greatest danger. Look not in the heart of tempest. There lies ancient birthplace of sin. home of forbidden secrets. To speak more is to call the wind. Speak more. Well, but the White Devourer's isle where key is kept, deep within bowels of mighty Bismarck it lies, beyond reach of the foolhardy. And beyond ours. Rejoice not in his gluttony, Lord Novano, for as stone gives way to water, and wind, all yields to the white. This he knows, Chief Sonu. Madness of Vundu bodes ill for all Vanu.
Black and the white. Alphino has a familiar look in his eye, which can only mean one thing. So Azazla is home to forbidden secrets, accessible only to the bearer of a key which the Archbishop covets. Much as I would like to believe it's safe within the belly of Bismarck, the Knights of the Heavensward wield primal powers. If we do not slay the whale and claim the key first, they surely will. Quite how we will go about it is another matter. As was the case in our battle with Leviathan, we are out of our element, and this time we have far fewer allies to call upon. Be that as it may, our customary approach still holds true. We must begin by learning more about the White. Let us each question the residents of the village, then regroup and share our findings soon. I need to put my last line.
If netherlings seek knowledge of the White, then speak with Kunu Vali, foremost keeper of tales. But neglect not to present self with humility and respect, as sun yields to moon and moon to sun. Netherlings must greet Kunu Vali with a bow. I keep stumbling over my words. Zephyr winds at your back and sunshine to warm your brow. Traveler from below, Kunu Vali, keeper of tales, hears your words and she remembers. In times long ago, in lands elsewhere, before even the clouds see, the White is one among many. Newborn, he swims beside his many brothers in seas of endless water. But hated the White is, for his brothers are purest black. So great is their contempt, their loathing, that they turn upon him and rend his flesh asunder. And so he falls, only to rise again, for merciful gods raise him to the heavens, and there he is reborn. The White still longs for the sea to which he cannot return, but in rebirth a splinter of the divine is shared, and so he opens his maw, from whence come the clouds, and a new sea is born, home to him alone. Content he gazes below, and sees others who are as he, hated and hunted. He weeps, and in his benevolence he raises up isles of earth and guides these people to the cloud sea. Such is the tale of his rebirth and the salvation of the Vanu. May it never be forgot. But this demon which now menaces the cloud sea, his rage is that of the Vundu, his hunger that of a wild beast. The isles are his gift to us, yet now he must consume them? Kunu Vali knows no tales like this. So according to the Vanu, the Sea of Clouds and the Floating Isles were gifts from Bismarck to his people. Gifts which he has now taken to eating, yes, technically within his rights, I suppose, if perhaps a bit ungenerous. Gods, eh? What of you, Alphino? Did you learn aught of value? Alas, no. That is, unless you have an interest in the intricacies of Vanu skyfishing. Skyfishing? My gods, that's it! Alphino, my boy, I could kiss you. From what we've observed, Bismarck is a creature of pure instinct, driven primarily by hunger, who
Wounded by the Imperials, it fled, but not before devouring another island to restore its strength. What I propose is this. We tow a suitably appetizing island through the Sea of Clouds, in essence fishing for our flying whale. Once we draw Bismarck out of hiding, we shall use dragon killers to fire grapnels into the beast's side and reel it in close, enabling our resident Icon Slayer to engage it directly. A bold plan, Master Garland, but an exceedingly dangerous one. Should Marks fail to subdue the creature, he would almost certainly be eaten, along with the rest of your appetizing island. Oh, he won't fail, and if anything does go wrong, I'll be at the helm of the Enterprise, ready to tow him out of trouble. I wouldn't entrust a task like this to anyone else. Nor I. I trust you have no objections to me joining you as well. Not at all. The more the merrier. Right then. It seems the boys and I have a lot of work to do if the Enterprise is to be ready for our fishing trip. While you two need to find me some bait, and not just any island, mind. I want a mouthful at most. Bolt, chain, and island. Alphino loves it when a plan comes together. Well, you heard Sid. We need an island to bait the hook. By way of the first step, I propose we speak with Chief Sano. If the Zundu are as concerned by Bismarck's behavior as they have given us to believe, they may well be supportive of our efforts to slay him.
The Traumatane is upon us. The White feasts, and the Vundu rejoice in his carnage.
Hear me, Chief Sano. This creature which torments you now is not the deity who raised up the floating isles and made a gift of them to you. He is a perversion of your beliefs given form by the Vundu, a false savior who consumes that which he should rightfully safeguard. Yet it need not be this way, Chief Sano. We have the power to strike down this impostor, but we must beg of you an island to see it done.
Motes against the tempest, in vain do they struggle. Yet who is Sano to speak of what may be? Perhaps even the Traumatane could turn into the Ponte. Oh God, more words I can't pronounce properly! Very well, Netherlings. When you are ready, tell Zundu scouts what manner of island you require, and they shall guide you to it.
We shall not fail, Chief Sano. On that you have my word. Come, Marks, let us see how Sid's preparations are progressing. Our Ashgardian's friends have furnished us with dragon killers and ammunition, and I've taken the liberty of procuring a Magitech field generator as well. Rest assured, we've chains to spare, every link forged by the manufacturer's master craftsmen. If you've any lingering doubts as to their strength, know they were originally intended to bind dragons, and were not found wanting. It pleases me to inform you that the Vanu have agreed to furnish us with an island of our choosing. Then all that remains is to confirm the readiness of the poor buggers who will be actually doing the fighting. Marks, let Wedge know when your party is assembled. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't like this plan. I don't like it a one bit. I can't help being excited all the same. So tell me, Marks, are you ready to hunt the white whale? After you then, Marks. All aboard! And we're off to fight the mighty Bismarck. Get it ready, everyone. Here it comes. Cetacean Rage. I've been going down. Use the field generator. If the island goes, so do you. These guys must fly fast despite being how fat they are. Incoming! Firing! Ooh, she's a big one. Reel her in. Titan Carapace. We've almost got her. Don't hold back. We got her. Ow. Surprised I don't have a concussion at this point. What in the seven hells was that? Be on your guard. Angry whale. Dear God, man, you're supposed to take the other one! I just noticed I never was able to get Heyo out. I'm detecting a huge increase in... Oh, gods, brace yourselves! Die already! Oh Lord, you're a tanky one. Let me just clean this up real quick before we get blasted. Reach blast. Damn it, we've lost the generator. Oh my god. The others, you yahoo. Die! Bismarck seizes control of the clouds. Readying Dragon Killer. Nice, that was in sync. Corona. Okay, Cameron, work with me here. Okay, what the hell? Great, this camera stick's busted. Oh, that was fun. You. Well, that was fun. Well, it's a good thing that just appeared out of the ether. No, it's not magic.
Oh, this is really not a good time for this, but here we go. Ah, the air elemental.
Worry, light, beloved.
Hydaelyn needs to work on her, latency here.
Darkness, light to none known. Hearken. Receiver, blessing, s'more.
So falls the Lord of Mists, as did all others before him. How many times does this make, warrior of light? Ah, how much you have grown, far beyond the limits of mere mortals.
He has what we seek.
That he does. The key to Azizla and the secrets of Alag.
Ah, that's not fair.
I see you have regained the blessing of light, albeit at a fraction of its former strength.
My thanks to you, Asian. And to you as well, Warrior of Light, for saving us the effort of slaying Bismarck. Now that the key is within our grasp, the path to the heavens shall at last be laid bare. By our deeds shall the wrongs of antiquity be righted, and man reclaim the reins of history.
Well, that's not good. In retrospect, we should have probably seen that coming. Still, you fought well, Marks. Better than, in fact. Chin up, eh? Forgive me, Marks. Had I known what was happening, mayhap I could have done something to stop them. Alas, Wedge and I were still sealed in within the engine room and heard naught of the struggle until it was over. And now, for all our efforts, the Archbishop holds the very thing we sought to keep from him. But all is not lost, for we yet live, and we know their destination. Let us give chase and bring an end to their machinations. A difference of opinion. Alphino seems determined to put all thoughts of failure aside and turn his mind to the struggles ahead. Though we failed to secure the key, we must not forget that we succeeded in ridding the realm of another primal, and prevented the Vanuvana's lands from being consumed in doing so. The Zundu, at least, shall be glad of our deeds this day. Let us go and inform Chief Sanu of our victory. Sid and the others will need a moment to tend to the Enterprise, besides.
Wait, something is amiss. Imperial troops. And they have already secured the area.
Reveal yourselves at once! And there I was, expecting more beastmen. Who are you?
I thought Ishgardians responsible for the disappearance of our scouts, but I see now that I was mistaken. Just as Wire observed, the Warrior of Light is wont to appear at the most inopportune times.
The Warrior of Light? He who bested Van Baelsar?
It would seem that the famous hero of Eorzea seeks Azizlar as well. Hardly unexpected. The secrets of the Allagan's power to bind icons to their will could scarcely fail to interest the scions of the Seventh Dawn. You know as well as we what will ensue should these insatiable creatures be allowed to roam free. That their very existence threatens the life of this star. We but disagree on the solution to the problem.
Genocide has ever been the Empire's favored recourse. And that is why we will continue to oppose your every attempt to claim Eorzea.
You do not hesitate to speak your mind, even when your every word could be your last. Alas, your sentiments betray the narrowness of your view. The fate of Eorzea and its inhabitants is of little concern next to the fate of the world. Tis my solemn charge as Emperor to bring the icons to heel. If this requires the extermination of certain elements, then so be it.
No, don't! They are not his thralls!
Where did that come from?
Take cover!
Your Radiance, we must withdraw.
We shall meet again, warrior of light. On that you have my word.
How did you board that so quickly?
So Garlemald too has designs on Azizlar. But why would the Emperor himself elect to lead the expedition?
Ah, the armor. I had it sent here as a precautionary measure. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would stand less than 20 paces from the Emperor of Garlemald. Verus Zos Galvus in the flesh. I assume the commander that accompanied him must be the legatus of whom the centurion spoke. Ah, forgive me. This is neither the time nor place for such idle speculation. Pray return to the Enterprise at once. It occurs to me that our friends may have run afoul of Imperial forces as well. I have yet to apprise Chief Sanu of all that has occurred, but once I have, I will join you at the airship. Thank the 12 you're alive, Marks. When the battleship appeared and fired on the village, we feared the game was up for you and Alphino. What in the seven's hell's happened out there? First the Archbishop turns up with an Ashen in tow, and now the goddamned Emperor pays us a visit? What is this, a procession of notable bastards? Who's next? The Keeper of the Seventh Bloody Gate! No one so notable, Master Garland. I am happy to report that the Zundu were overjoyed to learn of Bismarck's demise. Chief Sano sends his warmest regards, Marks. There was much talk of westerly winds. Miraculously, none suffered lasting harm during the raid. It would seem the Zundu were taken entirely unawares and wisely chose to offer no resistance. I sense they have no more to fear from the Empire, for the present at least. Had the Emperor truly been intent on their extermination, OK Zundu would have been already leveled. Plainly, Varys is only interested in reaching Azizlar. Speaking of which, if you're all ready to continue the chase, the Enterprise is as well, shall we? Whoop. Well, what are we waiting for? One good turn. Judging from Sid's expression, he has news what he believes will please you. Lest you wonder, Wedge was able to calculate the heading indicated by the beam of light emitted by the key. If Azizlar lies in that direction, we'll find it. The Solier may have a lead on us, but she's no enterprise. We'll catch them, you'll see.
I did not think that I would ever have occasion to pilot a suit of Magitech armor again, least of all under these circumstances. My full name is Lucia Go Junius, and I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Livia? Livia Sasjunius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
Aye, she was my sister, though we spent little time together. After our parents were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting us on separate paths. Livia felt at home on the battlefield and chose to become a soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Then, Ishgard was...
my mission. It was believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the key we but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emmerich. 'Twas his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons. He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it.
You and your sister were the bastard daughters of an Archbishop? Small world.
In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emmerich, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emmerich. 'Tis your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
Yeah, I did happen to kill her.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing.
Chief, we should be getting close.
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing. Right where Azizlar should be.
Hold on, everyone! Look! I think that's it! Chief, is that Allagan? Aye. There's no mistaking their handiwork.
What was that?
Some sort of barrier.
The bloody ship's gonna explode.
She won't hold, Chief! She's breaking up!
I've lost the auxiliary propeller!
Sid, it's no use! We must return to Ishgard and find another way!
God damn it all! Why do the Allagans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
We barely finished repairing the damage incurred from during our sky fishing trip. On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, as they say. I can only presume the Soleil passed through the barrier unscathed. That would certainly explain why the Vanu called it a key. Well, I think I will call this here. This recording has taken far longer than it probably should have, but I had no control over that. Anyway, I hope anyone watching is having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.